always in the news for all the wrong reasons.
But that's what's made him so popular, and it's not just YouTube that's picking him up right now. I'm seeing videos that are being covered by actual news outlets.
Yeah,
And prior to that, I think I saw him on Pierce Morgan. You know, Pierce Morgan had Cristiano Ronaldo on his show not that long ago, and now he had Andrew Tate, and it was an actual interview. It wasn't Andrew Tate did this, so what's your, it wasn't a reaction video. It was an
yeah.
actual interview with him. So for, for him to be at that level of prominence speaks volumes, considering prior to this year, most people had never really heard of him.
Yes, you're right. He's definitely has had a lot of traction towards himself, and right now is so random is that Greta Thunberg of all people gets involved with him. So I mean, it started off with a tweet, right?
Mhm.
A couple of days ago. I don't even know why the man would tag Greta on this. Like, what has she ever done to the guy? But basically, he went out on a limb and said, "I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a 8-liter quad turbo. My two Ferrari 812 have 6.5-liter V12s. This is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list." It is such random, but this was such a gift that keeps giving because Greta, she's like, yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Like, fantastic.
That's a proper mic drop moment from her, because that could have been the end of it. Like, in terms of an actual exchange. How do you even
Yeah.
respond to that if you're Andrew Tate?
No, but I mean, listen, if there's anybody who's going to respond to that, it has to be Andrew Tate because
Right.
truly that guy gives off small dick energy.
But cut to, everyone's waiting and holding their breath, waiting for him to respond. And the next thing you hear about him is that he's been detained by the police in Romania. Who saw that coming? This is almost like
I
a
know.
movie.
I know. It's like so random. This, with the stuff that happens with this dude.
Yeah.
But on a more serious note, the conclusion on the net is that basically in response to Greta's tweet, he sent out a video of himself like in a robe having a cigar and a pizza box in front of him,
Mhm.
which happened to be a pizza that is found locally in Romania. And both you and I didn't know that he was being investigated for human trafficking
Mhm.
by the Romanian officials. And apparently, allegedly, when they saw that pizza box, they led to believe that he is within the country, and then him, his brother, and two other associates got arrested. Now, there's another slew of thoughts that basically it had nothing to do with the pizza box. It was just a coincidence, but the Romanian officials were building a case on him for a very long time, and it just so happened that it coincided with this tweet. Either ways, the fact that the guy is being detained for human trafficking, I mean, it's just this is not a joke. Like,
No,
he is somebody who is like an icon for a lot of the younger adolescent men across the globe.
I
And
know.
for him to be involved this with such nonsense is just scary and such bullshit. Like, is this how we start 2023?
But so it can either be viewed as this crazy end to a crazy year, 2022, the year of Andrew Tate. Everyone was, this guy was on top of all Google searches as far as, who is Andrew Tate, I think was the number one search term in terms of when you're trying to look for someone and you've never
Yeah.
heard of them before. So for him to have made it up there, doing what he was doing, being controversial, saying controversial things, misogynistic, sexist, you name it, whatever.
Everything
But
wrong.
right, so one way you can view it as this guy made it to the top, but for it all to end like this in the same year is kind of poetic. For me, I'm viewing it as that, because whatever you might say, Andrew Tate is going to start 2023 in jail. Like, there's no content
Fair.
coming out over there.
But the problem with people like him who have actually no real credibility and no real talent. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he is like a professional boxer, but clearly the man is in news for everything but that. Um, I think he's gonna make use this for his own traction as well.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna, first of all, people like him, they're not gonna be bound by law for long.
Right.
That's the sad part. He is going to be out at some point. It could be in 10 days, it could be in the next 48 hours, it could be in 3 months, it could be in 3 years. But at some point, he's going to be out. He's going to be publishing bullshit. If nothing, God knows he'll probably come out with a goddamn book
Hmm.
that would sell like hotcake. It's like he makes his livelihood off of this nonsense.
Yeah. And it's so the one thing I did notice with people like him was another example was like the Liver King. These people,
Yes.
as the figureheads for controversy, Liver King, Andrew Tate, they are individuals, but they're propped up by a team. And I would not be surprised if even if that tweet at Greta was actually curated by a media team that was basically looking to incite likes and views and retweets and all that.
I
So
absolutely agree.
yes,
Because I wouldn't be surprised if his team is like, you know what, we're laying low, we need to get some eyeballs rolling, so let's just randomly tag her.
yeah,
And it worked.
exactly. It's the same. We've discussed multiple stories at this point, not just related to him, related to the Liver King. You go on, I would even pull in the Try Guys, whatever. It might be controversial,
Yeah.
but they got views for the controversy.
Oh, yeah.
And for maybe 15 minutes, they were the trending topic on most of social media for that, right? It was
Yeah.
a negative thing. And this is how, I believe personally that they're all managed by media teams and marketing teams that
Yeah.
that benefit from this outrage content that is out there.